Hey folks, let me tell you why maybe you don't need to sell, and then get into the latest home prices and insights for York Region for week ending March the 8th, 2023. You know, before we list a property for sale, we sometimes will do a pre-listing home inspection. And in that pre-listing home inspection, the home inspector uncovers many things. Many times, the sellers who have lived in this home for years, they're shocked at what the home inspector finds out about their property. They're shocked that maybe they've got some mold developing in the attic, for example. They're shocked that their finished basement that looks awesome, maybe on one side behind the drywall, there's a bit of moisture that's being detected. All sorts of things can happen in a home inspection. All sorts of things can happen in a house. So each time I see that, I'm thinking, you know, why not? Even if you've got no intentions of selling, why not get a professional pop their head into your attic and have a look? Why not get a home inspection done, even if you've got no intentions of selling, just to kind of let you know this is what's going on in your house right now. From time to time, it could be basically preventative maintenance so big issues don't present themselves later. Because oftentimes when we see the problem, well, it's taken a long time to develop and the situation's way worse. So there's just a thought I wanted to share with you. Also, when we get a home ready for sale, we go through the decluttering stage and the staging phase. And almost every time the sellers will say, wow, looks great. Why didn't we do this before? They'll tell me that their family members, when they see the photos or visit the house, say, wow, I barely recognized your house. So I've had sellers say, if we would have done this before, maybe we wouldn't be selling. It looks great. So I'm also throwing this out there. For those of you that are on the fence thinking, we don't like our house anymore, space isn't working the way we want, for whatever reason, you're just not enjoying your place and you're thinking we should sell, maybe try decluttering. Maybe get new furniture. Maybe change the color on the walls. If you're not so inclined to figure that out, why not spend a few bucks on a professional to help you, a designer or a stager? Why not? I'll guarantee you, paying somebody a few bucks to do that will be way, way cheaper than actually selling. And for some of you, you'll do that. You know what? Maybe you don't have to sell. If you think this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. If you enjoy the content, subscribe. Let's get into the numbers. If you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. Below this video in the description is a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you. This way I'll know ahead of time and I'll make sure my schedule's organized so we can talk about whatever's on your mind. Let's get into the numbers here. We're going to start off with Vaughan, detached properties only, broken down by week for a whole year. 27 detached properties were sold. 5 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price came way down from the previous week, $1,715,000. So for Vaughan, average price came way down one week to the next. Spoiler alert for Richmond Hill and Markham, price went the other way, way up. $1,715,000. I put a little note here for a low to high price. We had one property selling at $900,000. That was the low. So it was between $900,000 and $3 million for properties to give us an average of $1,715,000. 1715 is 15% lower than where the average sold price was a year ago. The median price is also 15% lower than where the median price was a year ago. Median price is $1,620,000. The green line here, the green dotted line, separates last year from this year. The other dotted line That's a 4-week moving average, and I have that for average sold price and for median price. And the 4-week moving average, it helps out in spotting a trend. It makes it easier to spot a trend. And when we look at the average sold price coming into starting the new year, looked like average sold price was coming down, but over the last 4 or 5 weeks, it's been pretty steady. Median price, however, has been going up over the last 4 or 5 weeks. The 27 that sold is exactly half of what we were selling this time last year, and 44% of those sold properties sold at list price or more. Now remember, this is just for Vaughan detached properties. Listings, we listed 44, which is the same that we listed the previous week. We're way off the pace from what we were listing last year at this time. But you know, not a big change in listings. That's why I kind of put the line right across here. We went from 39, 36, 44, 44. Not a lot of properties coming onto the market. Months of inventory, as a result, is coming down. And over the course of the year so far, it's been coming down. It is up a little bit from the previous week, but trending down, generally speaking, sitting at 1.6 months of inventory. Here's Richmond Hill. Sales. It almost looks like every week we go up by 1 or 2. 20 detached properties were sold in Richmond Hill. 6 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price over $2 million now, sitting at $2,022,000. Average sold price has been increasing for a few weeks now. The low to high, 1.6 million to 4.26 million is what the detached properties have been selling for this week in Richmond Hill. Average sold price is only 2% lower than where the average sold price was a year ago. Actually, let me just go back for a second. If we look at last year at this time, we're past the peak now. Average sold price is starting to come down. Whereas this year, average sold price is going up. So average sold price is 2% lower than what it was last year. The median price of 1,825 is 1% higher than where the median price was a year ago. We look at the 4-week moving average. Median price looks like it's kind of trending down a little bit. The average sold price seems quite even and not a lot of movement either way there. List sales, like all regions, way off the pace from where we were last year. 50%, half of those, so 10 of the 20 sold at list price or more. Listings, not a lot of listings. I mean, you could see we listed 41 detached properties, but it's not a big change. It's not like we're seeing the tons of listings that we're hoping for just as we kind of head into the warmer months here. Months of inventory came down a bit. It has been trending down, sitting at 1.5 months of inventory. Now the last few weeks we went from 2.1 to 1.5. That is a big change, and you could see the effect of that in price. We went from 1,869 to over 2 million now, average sold price. That's for Richmond Hill. Here's Markham. Sales came way down from the previous week. Only 15 detached properties were sold. More than half of those, 8, sold at $2 million or more. The low to high price is 1.2 million to 5 million. Average sold price is sitting at 2,141,000. Keep in mind, when you start getting sales this slow, so 15 considered very low, when you get some of these more luxury properties, the high ticket properties, they can really skew the numbers going up. Not too many inexpensive properties selling, so we're not seeing the average sold price being, you know, kind of messed around and coming down. We're seeing it shoot way up. 2,141,000 is 6% higher than where the average sold price was a year ago. So this year, average sold price is going up. Last year, we're past the peak at this time in March. Average sold price has already started sloping downwards. You can see here, median price is actually also 6% higher than where the median price was a year ago. The median price is sitting at 2 million. and both medium and average price. They're sloping upwards, not aggressively, but they are sloping upwards. I imagine heading into the next few weeks, just because median and average are so high, we're going to see that line coming up more aggressively. We're off the pace, no surprise there. We're selling much less than what we were selling last year at this time. 53% of the properties in Markham are selling at list price or more. Listings, not a lot, not a big change in listings. And months of inventory did go up, sitting at 1.9 months of inventory. Here are condos. This is for all of York region. Condo apartments, 31 condos were sold. One of those was at $1 million or more. The low to high, 420,000 to 1.3 million. 420 for a condo is a bachelor type condo, a little over 400 square feet. I think it's about 420 square feet for 420,000. Average sold price up a tiny bit from the previous week, sitting at 709,000. 709,000 is 14% lower than where the average sold price was a year ago. The median price is 10% lower. Median price is 688,000. Both medium and average are sloping upwards slightly, not aggressively increasing in price, but it is pretty steady over the course of this year so far. Of the 31 that did sell, 23%, so less than a quarter, are selling at list price or more. Listings, not a big change. You know, we listed 93, previous week 86. We've been, and we dropped a week before that. We've been at 93 before. Not a big change in listings. So just like the detached market, we're not seeing a lot of properties and a lot of condos coming onto the market. Months of inventory, overall, pretty steady. For March 8th, months of inventory sitting at 2.5 months of inventory. So when you get months of inventory pretty steady this way, average sold price tends to play along also and pretty steady. Here's a quick summary. Months of inventories are still quite low. It is still very much a seller's market down here. Balanced market would be between 4 to 6 months of inventory. We're still quite low. Not sure which way it's going to go. Nobody really knows. It is a very, very tricky market. If you're the buyer looking to buy maybe in Richmond Hill, maybe in Markham, maybe in Vaughan, and you've got some options there, they're different markets. Some similarities for sure, but they're very different markets. Make sure you're working with somebody that can really help you navigate and understand what's going on in each of the markets. Who you hire matters. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.